Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what you see? Yep, it's that night again. Saturday night at the movies. So why not about to do? Give you Saturday night at the movies. Let you know what's coming out, what things I'm interested in doing, and so on. Why not? Now this is one sort of interesting, but at the same time, I'm gonna do it. It could be on Netflix and it could be on theatrical release. It's called Tistle Lake. I'm sort of interested because to me, I'm not sure it's a remake or a prequel or whatever, but it's more to do with Jason's mummy. Obviously, it won't be Patsy Palmer because we all know she sadly passed away. So it's going to be like a longer version of her. You're going to have sex maniac teenagers, if you believe in being teenagers. And so when I've seen the trailer, there's all bits from the original Friday the 13th, probably bits from other ones and all. And it does look to me, and I'll say it again, it looks to me like they've got a Patsy Palmer lookalike of Jason's mummy. Your typical one by the number kills, and you've got a Tazy Ralph. Now, obviously, it won't be the original actor, he's sadly no longer with us, but this actor is there. I'll say it again, he's there. Because the reason why I say it like that, is because he overhypes it. I seen the trailer, and it's like, you're all doomed! You're all doomed! And he really overhypes it. He really overhypes it. No, someone could turn around and argue with me and say, yeah, but he's making Tazy Ralph his own. He's making it his own character. But the thing is, with the original actor, he had a voice, he had a presence. You know, when he's two times says, you're all doomed. Even in the second one, I told them before, they didn't listen. You're all doomed. This place has a death toll. Now, I've got to admit that the Tazy Ralph character did get a bit annoying in the original, but he was bearable. Because you didn't see him that much. When he did the second Friday the 13th, he was unbearable. That's probably why they decided to kill him off first when he got strangled out. Oh, it's all lie there. They killed fucking Harris off. And that always fucking pissed me off. That they killed fucking Harris off. I don't know the shit she went through in that one. But Tazy Ralph, I didn't just do shits because I just thought he was an irritating prick. But yeah, they're going to be another Tistle Lake. So it's not going to be, I've got a feeling it's not going to be Jason. It's going to be Jason's mummy, which is kind of an interesting touch to it. Because for people say, oh, it ain't got Jason in it. So it's a break arts here, people. So it's a break arts. But the original Friday the 13th, the one from 1980, did not have Jason. Originally, it was going to be a standalone film. It was going to be a whodunit, even though it kind of the fulfillment comes at the end. Nobody's going to know who the killer was. So when you find out, shock horror, it was a middle-aged woman doing the killing. So it was only when they did that one, they decided to bring out Jason, same as they did that. And the fourth one, I don't know, Paramount didn't think there was going to be a lot of it, so that's going to originate, if you all know, it was going to be the last. But Muddy taught, so when he did the fifth one, knew me dinning, but again, knew me dinning. People all thought it was Jason, shock horror, it wasn't Jason, it was an ambulance driver. He was going to do Larry because his son got hacked to pieces. So it wasn't always Jason who was a killer. 1 and fucking 5. It wasn't Jason. So it's a break hearts, people. So it's a break hearts. So it does seem interesting. I'll be interested in doing it. And yep, I'm planning on doing I'm planning on doing the Rocky films. I might side in some of the Sylvester Stallones. And because of this Tistle Lake, and I'm doing this, because I've seen it all before, I'm going to do it. Why not? I'm on a roll. Digging up from the past. I figure, fuck it. It's inspired me. I might do some of the Friday the 13th reviews again. Because Friday the 13th, it's one of them slasher films. You could say it's a bit of fun. You want to see who's going to get killed. You want to see who's going to get axed to pieces. And so on. So it's inspired me to probably follow them in again for movies. Why not? To me, Friday the 13th was more slice and dice, and Halloween was more serious. Now, people might laugh at that and think, Pete, what the fuck are you smoking, pal? What are you smoking? Can we have a drag of it? But it is, when you think about it, Halloween was more intelligent, you know what I mean? It was more suspenseful. Where Friday the 13th, you knew what you were getting. You knew you were going to get your typical slice and dice. And when you weigh it up, Friday the 13th was inspired by Halloween. Friday the 13th was inspired by Halloween. So that's what inspired them to do that. So, yeah, I'll probably do them. Do some more movie reviews and so on. So, yeah, it's interesting to know that they're going to do a Tistle Lake. I'm not sure it's on Netflix or it's on Theatrical Police, but there is going to be another Friday the 13th with its own identity. The only difference is it's called Tistle fucking Lake. Movie wise, what other films could be coming out on the theatre? Interesting. I know there's a night one with knights fighting people. That's coming out on the theatres. And there's a new Walt Disney film, which is a movie adaptation of the cartoon. That's coming out. DVDs and Blu-rays. Yep, we've got Deadly Friends now on Blu-ray and DVD. Yay! Now, Deadly Friends has been always Wes Craven, and it was one film he wanted to do. We already know he wanted to do like his version of Starman. Because studios interfered and people wanted horror and blood and gore because it had Wes Craven's name on it, bidding them out the scenes were transferred to horror. It's time to spoil that. Even the daft ending, the fucking Joel's machine head popping out of a body. But I'll say it again with confidence. I didn't mind Deadly Friends. I didn't mind it for what it was. It was an interesting story. A lad falling in love with his friend who's a derv. She has an abusive father. He pushes her down the stairs, tosses her death. He has a robotic tip. He puts it in her brain. He's of this robot, what he had, but got destroyed. A bit like number 5, sort of circuit. And it sends to dirt. Turns out because the robot had an evil streak. She's got an evil streak. And she goes around killing people. There's your story. I've actually told it you. So, I didn't mind it for what it was, Deadly Friends. It was a popular film from '86. And when you think about it, you had all these robot films. I mean, you had Topping Mall, you had Short Circuit, Number 5 is Alive. You had all these fucking films around at that era, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think. So you had all the ones, you had this one being Deadly Friends. So it's a popular there when you think about it. So, yeah, it's now on Blu-ray if people are interested in that. Other things I remember naming what are coming on DVD and Blu-ray and freaking Netflix and so on. But into them, I'll end it with this. Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what you see? See you later.